Hello, welcome. Thanks for tuning in again with Let Us Talk About It TOO2. We are here with our special guest who was here prior on our previous show, season 1, correct?
Yes.
Tanailya.
Yeah.
And although Tanailya, was here before and she was, she had that opportunity to share her voice with you all, she still had a chance to do another meet and greet, right? Because we still needed to meet and greet with you for the next year. This is 2016.
Yeah.
The last time we met with you was what, 2015?
Yes.
You remember Tanailya, Deshaya? Do you remember what she spoke about last season? Do you remember what you spoke about last season?
I spoke about bullying and how people was treating me like in previous years.
Yes. So how have that been for you since we last sat right here on this panel?
I don't get bullied. No.
You don't got time for that?
No.
They don't. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's good. But you are around people who are pretty much getting bullied often, correct?
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes. So what do you do? Tell the people what you do when if you was to see one of your friends getting bullied. Or even if it's somebody that you don't know. First, your friends, if it's your friend.
I try to stand up for them, because if it was me in that situation, I wouldn't want to get bullied.
Yes.
So I try to stand up for them, and I hope they do the same thing for me if I get bullied.
Absolutely. Would you do the same thing, Deshaya? Can you give me an example, a past event where you had to stand up for one of your friends? Or even somebody that you didn't know, Can't remember?
No, not a specific time.
Okay, it must don't happen too often. Well,
No one gets bullied in my school.
nobody gets bullied?
No.
I can't see you. Nobody gets bullied?
Not
Okay,
mine.
what about outside of your school? What about in your area, in your neighborhood, and things
No.
like that? No?
No, when I'm around.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, what about the social network area and that, around there? What about cyberbullying? What about that? Have you been a witness to that?
Mm-hmm.
You have. Can you explain?
What did it explain?
What happened? Give a little outline of what happened. Or must I? So what had happened was that there was a lot of things going on Facebook, with one of Deshaya's friends and maybe some outsiders that we call friends also, right? However, there was some things going on with another child, and it resulted in parents getting involved, and kids coming to a location to where the other child is, and it was just a whole big mess. So that's part of cyberbullying that I witnessed around my child. However, moving forward, let's get into our meet and greet video because you did do a meet and greet video
Yes.
with Deshaya, right?
Yes.
So why don't we get into that and see how that went about?
Tanailya.
And what school do you go to?
Mother Caroline Academy.
What grade are you in?
7th grade.
You like it there?
It's okay,
What
I guess. There's a little bit of drama going on in my school, so
are you in the drama?
I don't do drama. No.
Do you have any struggles in school?
Like, academic wise?
Yeah.
Yeah, and math. Like, I'm not that very good at math.
What math do you take?
Algebra? I think it's algebra.
Do you have a tutor for it?
No.
Do you want one?
Yeah.
Have you ever asked, like, spoke up about that?
I asked my mom, what I think.
Mom, she needs a tutor. Do you have any siblings?
Yeah.
How many?
Young.
Is your sibling older or younger?
Younger.
This is your second experience to let us talk about the show. Did you like it the first season?
Yeah. But I was more shy, so like, I didn't talk that much.
Is there anything you wish you could do better on this upcoming show?
I want to elaborate more and talk more.
Have you experienced anything different 1 year? Anything new since the last year?
I'm taking boxing classes now, this year.
Are you and your brother doing it or just you?
Me and my grandma and her friends.
How do you like taking boxing classes with your grandmother?
I mean, I don't really like taking around with her because she's with her friends. And I'm just like, she forgets about me, so.
She's so her grandmother. Is she better at boxing than you?
No.
What made you decide boxing?
Because when I was like younger, my mother said that she was going to sign me up for boxing classes and I didn't want to do it because back then I was more of a girl, so like, I didn't really want to do it because it was more, I thought it was more of a boy sport, so I just want to do it because, I don't know, I just want to.
Do you think you could show a couple moves on the show?
No.
What level are you on in boxing? Like,
I'm a beginner.
The beginner.
Started last week or something.
so you see yourself being the next Little Ali?
No,
Why not?
because that's not really my passion. I just want to do it for now.
Talking about to taking boxing classes with you too?
No.
So what are some topics you like to talk about on the show? What about your dog? I mean, your puppy. When did you get your puppy?
I got her for Valentine's Day.
Who got it for you?
My mom. Her name is Diamond.
And how old is she?
I think she's 12 weeks.
So is it the topics that you like to talk about on the show?
The Caucasian police officers killing African American boys and girls.
How do you feel about that?
I feel like it's not right because if it was another Caucasian person that was doing the same thing the black boy was doing, then they wouldn't kill them. They would just like go into the police station and stuff like that. I feel like it's unfair. They wouldn't get killed.
Yeah. Do you know anyone that's a victim of police brutality?
Oh yeah, Trayvon. Oh, no, personally? No.
So with that being said, we're gonna talk more about let's talk about the TOO show.
Now, that was another Tanailya, right? Well, the last meet and greet, you were a little bit shy. I remember. And what about that little puppy you had on your lap? Where is she?
She's at home.
You didn't want to bring her? She could have fit right in your side pocket there, right?
No.
No?
She's a little bit too big.
She's too cute. She is
Thank
just
you.
too cute. I was just hoping that you was going to bring our puppy here today, so that she can, be a part of the Let Us Talk About It TOO show.
No, not today.
Not today. So talk to me about boxing. Deshaya thought that was so hilarious that you was boxing, that you go boxing. I'm sorry, that you take boxing classes with your grandmother.
Yes.
So Deshaya makes it seem as if your grandmom is like maybe 80 with a cane or something like that, missing a few, of her teeth, her fronts, and, However, Your grandmother's very, very active and capable of getting out there and boxing, right?
Yes.
That's good.
Thank you.
So I wish I can box with my grandmother. My grandmother's 95.
Well, today was my grandma's birthday. She just turned 60.
You know what? Look at that camera right there and tell her happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Grandma.
That's like that? You better tell her happy birthday and get and knock him out.
Happy birthday, Grandma. I love you.
There you go. That's what we're talking about. So today's her birthday.
Yes.
So you guys are celebrating a birthday with Grandma, or are you guys too young to party with Grandma? How you guys doing it?
Family get together.
Family gathering.
Yeah.
Tonight?
It's like a brunch thing.
Oh, so I think I might have to find somewhere to go after the show. Are we invited?
Yes.
Okay, cool. As long as we're invited, because you know how I feel about food, right? The shade. Speaking of food, you know, I'm going to change this whole eating habit to the natural, you know, the healthy. What's the food? What the electric foods that we're supposed to be eating, right? Yeah, you guys learn more about that a little bit later. However, let's talk about what you came here to speak about.
Police brutality?
What you know about that, girl, and stuff like that?
It's been on the news a lot, so.
And because you're a well-known person of, let's see, Trayvon Martin, you know Trayvon so well, you know, right? Yeah. Didn't we say we know Trayvon well?
Not personally.
Oh, I know. We was just joking. I'm just pulling your arm there. However, but it does affect you. You know, Deshaya asked if you know anyone that it affects their day, you know, and that affects everyone. You know, you don't really have to necessarily know the person. You know, just because this is what's happening, the brutality, you know, your guards are up. You know, you feel at unease. You know, you don't feel safe. Mm-hmm. You know, you feel as though you might be the next one. You just don't feel as though you have that person to back you up, support, and protect you, right?
Yeah.
So it really affects everyone. And although that it physically affects the ones that, well, mentally affects the ones that, you know, it physically happened to, and some result in death, unfortunately. But it affects the entire surrounding, you know, because you just don't know, right? We just don't know what tomorrow brings, you know. So we had a show on police brutality prior, season 1, and it was a really good show. One of the kids, one of the children that was on the show, of course, he chose the topic because this is a show of the children, for the children, and by the children, which means you have the voice and you have this platform to speak whatever it is that needs to be heard. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So he came in, he spoke really, really strongly about police brutality. And I had to just let him know that a lot of, you know, many of us, we feel the part growing up where we had to obey rules, you know? Yeah. So laws are rules, same thing. You have to obey your mother's rules, you have to obey the laws, right? So when you feel as though you can't or you don't need to obey those laws the same way that you felt that you didn't need to obey your parents' rules when you was a child, results into actions and all this other great stuff, you know? And then when you want to be big body and poke your chest out with these people, you know, that are not going to jail, like you said. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Who are getting away with it. So why poke your chest out when you can be the next one that's laying 6 feet under and they still can be with their family, right? Mm-hmm. So why not just work with it? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But tell me some things that you've heard lately when it comes to police brutality.
That some of it is discrimination, and I have a younger brother, so I wouldn't, like, when he grows older, I wouldn't want him to get shot by the police officers because of this. So, and I know I have a lot of boy cousins that I love dearly, so I don't want them to get shot over it.
Yes. And how old is your little brother?
He's 8 8.
He's 8. He's 8.
Yeah.
Okay. Deshaya, do you know anyone who's been involved in a form of police brutality? Maybe friends of yours, maybe a few of your relatives, maybe somebody that you just seen on the street, or maybe a video that you've seen, you know, and it touched you in another way. Because it's like it's all over, you know.
Recently I seen a video.
A video on what, Facebook or so?
Mm-hmm.
Elaborate a little bit about that. I've probably seen the same video because all these videos on Facebook, it just becomes like commercial, right?
When there was like a black kid, he was recording the police just like punching another black kid on the stairs.
Mm. And it happens. It's happening every day. Something's happening right now. And yes, they do get away with it. So, but what are we going to do? What do we do about it? That's the big question, right? What do we do about it? What can we do about it?
I don't know. It's like make our voice stand out. Like,
that's powerful. But we have to do it as a whole.
yeah.
You know, and we also have to stop killing each other. You see what I'm saying? Because how are we going to tell them that this is not supposed to happen? Black lives matter.
And we're killing each other.
Thank you. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what we need to do, for starters, is maybe connect with our brothers and our sisters and let them know, like, cut this out. You know, when we see somebody that's doing something that they should not be doing, this is something that we should do. We need to stop it right there in its tracks. You know what I mean? We need to come together, unite as one, because all in one is one. We're together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we have to teach the next one. So if we don't teach the next one, we're going to keep falling. We're going to drop like flies. We're going to keep dropping like flies from each other, by one another, and by them. You see what I'm saying? Because we're not together. We don't stick together. As us being African descent, because I don't think we're African Americans, you know, I just feel as though we are one of the races that are far apart, you know, and because of so, we allow things to happen, and we see a lot of things that's happening that we allow, and we don't speak up about it as a whole. We'll speak to one another about it, right?
Yes.
But what is that doing if we're speaking to one another about it? What is that doing for everything that's happening out there? I'll drink my tea on that one.
The tea is water.
Oh, it is water. She's judging me. You see how she is? I'm going to sip some water on that one. You know what I'm saying? Like that and stuff like that and things like that and stuff like that and stuff like that and things like that. We're going to be right back. Don't go nowhere. Let us talk about it too. You know what I'm saying?
Looks like it's done.
Don't let salmonella get funky with your chicken. On average, 1 in 6 Americans will get a foodborne illness this year. You can't see these microbes, but they might be there. So learn the right temperature to cook each type of meat. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov. Don't let E. coli mosh with your food. An estimated 3,000 Americans die from a foodborne illness each year. You can't see these microbes, but they might be there. So always separate raw meat from vegetables. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
They say that when you're facing extreme danger, your life flashes before you. If you think that's sad, consider facing it before you even have enough life to flash before your eyes. Car crashes are a leading killer of children 1 to 13. Deaths and injuries can be prevented by using the right car seat. Visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat to know what is appropriate for each age and size.
Kids will spend 15 minutes watching online videos like this one.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
And we are back with Let Us Talk About It too. And, you know, just to give you a quick briefing of what this discussion is about, suggested by Tanailya, police brutality. You know, this is not the first time that a child wanted to discuss this on the Let Us Talk About It too show. This is actually the second time. So, you know, that means this is really affecting our youth. You see what I'm saying? Like this is affecting our youth. Police brutality. And once we was on our break, while we were on our break, you know, I had a small discussion with Tashaya amongst some things that, another issue that she had witnessed, you know. But like, we'll get into that in a minute. But like I said before we went to the break, you know, I just think that we should just come together. And we're not going to just come together by protesting in the middle of the street and stopping traffic and on the highway. Ooh, where they do that at? So I don't think that we're going to get anything done by that. Our voices are not going to be heard in that manner. You know what I mean? There's certain ways of doing things. But first, we need to stop with killing one another, right? Yeah. Because if we're not killing one another and we're helping one another and lifting each other up, you know, that link, that chain cannot be broken. You see what I'm saying? So they wouldn't be able to get a lot of things past us when it comes to that police brutality. And a lot of other things too, but you know. But really though, we need to stick together so therefore it can come to an end. And then also, how we can change that is becoming an officer ourselves, right? Mm. Have you ever thought about that? No. No? No. Have you thought about that? Why not?
Because I'm more into fashion, like.
Oh, you can't be the fashion police?
No.
Oh. Okay. What about that, Deshaya? Have you ever thought about being the police? A police lady?
The FBI.
An FBI. Okay. Okay. So if we create our mental to get into these jobs, then maybe we can help stop some of this police brutality. Right?
Yes.
Simple as that. What other ways do you think that we can change this? Going to the police stations, each district, and letting them know that we ain't having this no more?
That's one way, yeah.
That's one way? We ain't having this no more. Tanailya said, let them know what you said.
We're not having this no more.
There it is. And Deshaya said,
I didn't say anything.
See what I'm saying? This is the scared people that are afraid. But we love you anyways, right? So, Deshaya, give us some of the information that we had discussed before we went, well, while we were on break. When you was talking about the little girl that was at the station, when you was on your way home.
On my way to practice.
Oh, on your way to practice. I apologize.
There was a fight at Andrew, and then the police was there. They broke it up, and one of my friends was watching. And then one of the police, like, put their hand on her, which left the scar on her face. and she ended up getting arrested for just like watching too.
So she was just there
In the crowd.
in the crowd watching. You said she tried to help?
No, she was just watching it. She was just like, she was screaming.
Oh, so she was one of the loud bystanders. Okay. So we want to avoid these things. You see what I'm saying? Like things like that we want to avoid. We want to avoid being in rowdy crowds. That's going to cause attention and disturbances and all these other things that needs not to be drawn to us. Simple as that, right?
Yeah.
And I feel bad for the young lady, the young child, she's a little girl, of course, right? And especially if she has to deal with this. She should be looking up to these officers as someone who's going to protect her, right? Wouldn't you?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Instead, she's walking around with a scar on her face from
Police.
So it's, do we know how old she is?
She just turned 14.
She just turned 14. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we're young, so it's definitely affecting our youth, right? And not only is it affecting our youth, but you know, it's making you all feel as if you don't have anyone to call when you're in trouble, right?
Yeah. We're more scared of doing it. Instead of calling, we're gonna say that they're not gonna protect us, so we're fear of the police officers.
Right, so you're in fear on both ways, on both ends, on both sides, right?
Yeah.
You're in fear because of whatever is going on, and you're in fear because the person that's supposed to protect you and serve isn't like real. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So I do understand where these kids are coming from. It's definitely affecting our youth. It's affecting everyone. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm surprised my dog is okay to go outside. My dog, I'm surprised my bird likes to sit at the window and say, "What you doing?" You see what I'm saying? Because my bird talks, sorry. But I just think that it has to come to an end. You officers, not ossifers, because I only say ossifer when I feel good. But you officers need to understand what you are doing to our children here. If they feel fear to come to you, then there's a problem. There's a huge problem. You know, and again, you're not the first child that said that. You're not even the second. You know how many children that I hear? And I sit with the kids all the time, and they all talk about the police brutality. And I'm sure it's not just because they hear their parents talking about it, right? That's because it's really happening. They see it. It's all over the media, okay? And the government, when you see that they're in their wrong, they should be punished, just like we would be punished, right? Especially if they're supposed to be doing their job and their jobs fails. You see? So I definitely get it, and I definitely understand, and we do need to do more about it, but it starts from our younger generation, because our older ones, they already, you know what that means? They already gone.
Died.
Yeah.
They're dead?
A lot of them are, yes. A lot of them are. And you know what? A lot of our kids are too. A lot of our children are too. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But how, when, where, and why do we make it happen? So there's so many reasons. You see what I'm saying? There's so many reasons, and we just have to go forward. And like I said, it starts with our youth. So that means you connect with your best friend, whoever you're friends with, right? And you speak truth with them. We speak truth. Right? You see this, you see one of your friends that's a male, right? He's acting all big body, bogus, hard, right? Then you want to let him know, no, that's not what you're supposed to do. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You're not here for that, right? So each one, teach one. You know what I'm saying? So when you teach this to this child, and he realizes it, then he's going to hopefully teach it to the next. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, we have to lead by example. So if you're doing the right thing, then, you know, you'll definitely be able to tell somebody else to do the right thing. But if you're not doing the right things, then it's impossible for somebody to respect you on that level for, you know, for the face value of what it would be, you know. But I think that we should get more into it later on down the line. I think we should have a complete show on police brutality, including Area B2. You know, maybe we can have them come along, Area C11. Maybe we can have a few of the districts come in and, you know, have some dialogue over the things that's happening with the police brutality. Maybe even the superintendent, maybe the chief of police, who knows? We need to get some of you guys up in here so we can figure this out, right? Yes. And I love Massachusetts, I love Boston, because, you know, we don't deal with the things that's happening in Atlanta or Tennessee or Detroit. We don't deal with the stuff that's really happening, but we deal with it. We deal with it. But what I'm saying is that we're so diverse. You know what I mean? So that race thing isn't like smacking you in the face like it is in a lot of other locations, right? Because I see it a lot. So we're so diverse, and I appreciate that about Boston. But because we are so diverse, I think we should take like a little break, right? Yeah. In a few? Yeah. Like maybe as soon as possible? Yeah. I'm thirsty. I don't know about you, and I'm ready for that brunch. Do you know where you guys are eating at?
My grandma's house.
Oh, at grandma's house.
It was a surprise thing.
Oh, so she does not know. No. Okay. So she went boxing.
Yes, today.
She went boxing.
With her friends.
With her friends. What did she say about you when you didn't get in the car?
Well, I was downstairs getting ready for the show, so she didn't really see me this morning. I just said happy birthday, and then I went downstairs.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, you want to go to the brunch? We're invited, Tanailya said. We're invited. So with that, we'll be back. We'll be back. Don't go anywhere. Let us talk about it, too. I'm hungry like cereal.
Get caught buzzed driving, and you could do some hard time.
Craig, knock it off.
Sorry, Mom. It could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. And that could set you back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
A full life, measured in seats, starts with the right ones early on. Car crashes are a leading killer of children 1 to 13. Learn how to prevent deaths and injuries by using the right car seat for your child's age and size.
You taught him how to hit a baseball, how to hit a receiver, the strike zone, the net. You taught him how to hit the upper corner. You even taught him how to hit the open man. But how much time have you spent teaching him what not to hit?
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Hello, we are back with Let Us Talk About It Too, and thanks for still tuning in. We are here with Tanailya, and we are speaking about a topic, of course, of which she suggested. What are we speaking about, Miguel?
Police brutality.
Police brutality. And we touched a few things here and there. Of course, it's so many things that we can key in on, right? But we touched a few things, and then, before we left, we did speak about how we should have a show with, a few of the districts, to come on the stage and, give us some feedback onto what's going on and maybe why things like this is happening and maybe how we can stop it or what they may suggest, or whatever the case may be. But, we think that you guys should come up on this panel because, it's not just the adults that's talking about it, it's the kids, and the kids are affected. And once the kids, there's an issue with the kids, it's a big issue. Once there's a big issue with the kids, there's a big issue, right? Mm-hmm. And the reason why I say that is because you guys are our future. You guys are our leaders of tomorrow. You see what I'm saying? So if they're misleading our future, then there's a problem. There's never going to be a change, right? Yes. You know what I'm saying, Deshaya? If they keep continuing to mislead our future, in which you two are our future, you know what I'm saying? You guys are our leaders of tomorrow. You know what I mean? So if they are misleading you guys, if you guys are being misled, there's a problem. How are you guys supposed to teach the next coming up?
I don't know.
Right? Just can't happen like that. So I think that this is a great topic that you suggested. I don't care how many times this pops up. I think it will always be a great topic because it has to stop, and it's a continuing thing, and it's been like this for years. Even before I was a child. Like, it's been like this for years, And, the funny thing is that when I had the previous show, last season, I was able to create some slides, and, I brought some pictures up, some photos from different other locations of the world. And it's not just the blacks that's going through the police brutality. It's also other races as well, Caucasians, and, maybe that's because they become a little bit belligerent after having a few drinks or so. Unfortunately, it does happen more with us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Unfortunately, but, we can also nip that in the butt too, We just have to come together as one.
And in my meet and greet thing, I said that it's the Caucasian police officers killing the black. Well, it's not all Caucasian police officers. There's some of different races too.
Yes, give it to me, girl. See what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's true. It's so true. And we just, there's what is it? Is it a trial or something that's happening right now that's going on, crew or something? There's something that's going on where, did you see? I can't even think of it right now. But like you said, it still piggybacks off of what you just said, and you're absolutely right, because there are some blacks that's being involved in the same, mission. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand. So yeah, it's an all-around thing, and I don't understand why. And I spoke about sticking together, right?
Yes.
So if you see this happening, that's wrong. And like I said also before, when you see the next doing wrong, you must say something, right?
Yeah.
So when these blacks see these officers, these black officers see the white officers creating this crime, and they're indulging with them, what does that say? Like, there's no use, right? How does that make you feel, honestly, though? Because it's big on the news. I don't know if you're speaking about this. I don't know if I'm speaking of the same thing that you're speaking of. But how does that make you feel when you see your own race that's involved in the police brutality of your own race. You know, does that, you get what I'm saying there?
I kind of feel scared because, like, like you said, we're supposed to be as one, so I can't rely on one person. I can't trust that one person that's my same race. I have to kind of build trust with them.
How old are you?
12.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see? That's bright. That's bright because everything is about trust, right?
Yeah.
Trust, communication.
Honesty.
You already know. You already know. So with that, there's no way that anybody's going to be able to trust anyone if they are being the same, you know?
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard. And I try to teach my children every day, you know, that you got to live right, you know? So by living right, what else comes with that? Honest. We said honesty. We said trust. Communication. What else comes with that?
I guess building friendships, because you can be, somebody could say that they're your friend, and they like, if you're in college, they can put something in your drink to make you high and stuff, and they might be jealous of you because you're going in a better direction than them. So friendship is also one of the key things too.
And then you got to learn how to trust. You got to trust them, right? Try to find some way to trust them and try to see if they're, you know, going to do you like the next person, right? Or that. How do you deal with that, Tashaya? How does that affect you when you have officers, you know, your own race, that's taking a part in the beatdown, helping the beatdown, helping the smash up? How do you feel about that, though? How does that affect you?
I don't know how to describe it.
You don't know how to describe it? Maybe I can help you. Help me, though. Help me help you. Describe it. Give me a word or two so therefore I can try to...
Stupid.
Stupid? You feel stupid?
No, I don't feel stupid. It's stupid for them.
Oh, it's stupid for the officers?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's stupid for a lot of the things that's happening, you know. It may be even stupid for the victim, right?
The victim.
Yeah. The reason why I say that is because maybe that person is acting in which he shouldn't or she shouldn't.
What if he's not?
And now that's a different story. But that's why, you know, sometimes it can be stupid on both ends, you know? But we just have to learn to come together. And again, it starts with your children. So you know something that's happening that should not be happening, you need to say something about it. And that only makes you look bigger and better. And like a freaking full-time leader. Are you serious? You know what I mean? You know, if you was to stop something, you stop your friend in her track for doing whatever she's supposed to be doing. Let's say, for instance, y'all leaving school to go to the sub shop, right? You're leaving school to go to the sub shop. You're coming right back, but you don't have any permission.
Yeah.
Right? And she wants to go so bad. You want to go too, but you already know what the deal is. So you tell her, no, I'm good. I'm here at school. You know what I'm saying? I didn't ask my mother. If you want to get in trouble, you get in trouble. But I'm not getting in trouble with you. So I advise you
not to go.
Not to go. Maybe we can go after class, or maybe we can find a way to call our parents and see if we can get permission to go or something, right?
Yes.
So how do you think that makes her feel? You think she's going to still go without you?
Yeah.
She will?
Yeah. Are we like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, kids nowadays, they don't really listen to their, well, I shouldn't say all kids, but some kids don't listen to their parents, and then they just do whatever they want to do. So, like, I know to listen to my parent because I will get in a whole lot of trouble. So, you should just get permission because you don't know what can happen. Like, there can be a shootout or at whatever.
Say that again. Say that again.
You don't know what can happen because there could be like a shootout or...
Say that one more time.
You don't know what's gonna come because there can be like something bad coming your way.
And that's the reason why you should get permission
from your parents.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just as easy as that. And if they say no, it's a reason, right?
Yes.
The reason is whether you didn't do what you were supposed to be doing in school, maybe your chores isn't done, or maybe it's just the area, right? So do we get upset about that as children?
Yes.
We do, exactly.
We hold a grudge.
Why is that?
Throwing shade.
Oh. Somebody caught on. No, but why is that? No shade, no shade. All sun. All sun. But why is that?
Why is what?
Ask what I just asked you, because she keeps saying, she don't know what I'm saying.
Why do we go places at the wrong time? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah. Like, why do we have to ask our parents? These are the reasons why we need to ask our parents if we can go somewhere. You want to go get that sub? Call your mother. And then also, not only that, you're being a role model. You're being a leader, right? You want to always lead. You always want to be a leader. Because if you show that somebody, whoever's leading, they still following somebody, right? Regardless of what. But they got to follow the right person, right? So therefore they can lead the right way, right? So whoever is leading, they need to be able to lead accordingly in the right way. So therefore, things can go the right way. You know what I'm saying? So if you have your friend, say that you and Deshae is best friends, y'all do everything in the sun together, under the sun together, right? Y'all even go to the same school. So we'll use the same scenario. Y'all go to the store. Y'all want to go to the store, the sub shop. Nobody got any permission from their parents. She still wants to go. You tell her what you tell her. No, it may not be a good thing to do. Whoop-de-whoop. Let's call our parents. Boop-de-boop. Right? Cool. Deshae says, what would you think she said? What would you say, Deshae?
Don't get me my food.
Huh?
I'm gonna get my food.
You'll still go get it?
No.
See that?
Yeah.
You'll still go get it. No, be real. But we gonna talk about it. Huh?
Depends.
It depends? So you wouldn't say to her, you wouldn't think that would be a great idea that she just came up with?
It would be.
Okay, so you would still follow your own footsteps? Like it wouldn't make you think like, yeah, maybe my friend's right.
Yes, it would.
Oh, okay. Don't play with me. You see what I'm saying? Can't deal with it. That's leadership, though. You want to be able to show that you're a leader in any circumstance. You know what I mean? Yeah. Whatever it is. And you want to be able to teach your brother the same thing, right? And you also want to teach your brother, because he is younger, that he has to obey the police officers because of this is what's going to happen, right? So we have to make sure that we drill this in our brothers' heads, in our children's heads, and each other's heads as a whole. Whatever. However, I do thank you for being here today, again, for another time. And I just want to give you something. Okay? Is that okay?
You said I 4 times.
I said I?
You said I 4 times.
Oh, tell me how I say it.
I.
I say it like that? Like that? Do it again.
I.
I said it like that, for real?
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom. So I do have something for you like that. To show my appreciation for you being here. And Easter is coming up, you know what I'm saying? And I don't think I'll see you by that time, but because of so, I just wanted to give you a little Easter love, some Easter love.
Thank
you. Okay. And because, you know, Deshae is my daughter, and you know, usually I do these shows, and Deshae, she helps me do the shows, you know? She does the meet and greets and all that other great stuff, right? And every time, you know, we're up here and I'm giving out gifts, I know she's probably wondering in her head, like, where's mine?
I do.
Yeah, you do, right? And then I also in my head, and I say at the same time that she's saying it in her head, I can't give you a gift every freaking time you're on the show. Like, that doesn't make any sense, right?
Yes.
I swear I must be saying it at the same time that you're saying, like, where's mine? Like, why I gotta give them these gifts and I don't got one? Like, and then my Dunkin' Donuts card, I had to give it up last time, right?
Yes.
See what I'm saying? So with that being said, my lovely daughter, I wanna give this to you, okay?
Thank you.
You know, that's from your mother. She's so silly, I can't deal with it. And let us talk about it too. I thank you all for watching as well. We have a great show coming up next week. I don't even want to speak about it. I don't want to make mention any clues. Make mention of any clues. But it's going to be a great one. Just wait for the meet and greet, and you can always check us out on our website www.toofruitsproductions.org. If you have any youth that would like to be a part of the show, please send an email to hopesfordreams@toofruitsproductions.org or CALM, either or, okay? And we talk about it. We talk about it. That's what we do here, okay? This is a show of the children, for the children, and by the children. You have the children or you are the children. However, come to the show, let us talk about it too, okay? That's what we do. And with that being said, do.
Somebody else gives him his money.
And let us talk about it too show.
All these rookies out here, they ain't no police officers.
Huh? He's a freezer.
And we
right?
I didn't find it. My dad.